Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Welcome to my channel. I'm Mr. Ham, Guts and Glory. So as the title of the video suggests, this is going to be a comparison between the 2015 KTM XCW and the 2019 Honda CRF 450 RX. Okay, so the KTM 350 XCW is going to be on the left side of the video as you're watching this, and the 450, the CRF 450 RX on the right. And I'm riding both. And remember, I am a novice, so bear with me as I try to tell you the differences, in my opinion, between the bikes. They both felt exactly the same on everything except for a few things. One, the takeoff, in my opinion, I believe, the takeoff, starting out at not moving, you give it gas, you take off, okay? I believe the KTM had a faster takeoff than the Honda. I believe it's due to the 6-speed wide ratio transmission and or the width difference. The KTM weighs in dry at 229 pounds, and the CRF, the 450 RX, came in at 257 pounds. And I'm the rider on both bikes, so no difference in weight there. So I highlighted the takeoff. I felt the KTM had a faster takeoff. I have no knowledge of what the KTM, the background of the history of the KTM, other than what I'm telling you and what I know. One reason I believe for the Honda to be slower is that the power setting was and still is set to the number 2. Now the number 2 power setting is for soft conditions, and what I mean by that is like mud. All right, you're trying to take off in that sort of condition, as an example. I have not tried riding with the power setting set at number 3 yet. I will though. Please leave a message in the comment section below if you believe I'm on point or I'm not. Like I said, this is what just jumps right out at me. And I'm coming from a dual sport. If you've been following me, you know that I've ridden a CRF 250L dual sport. Now, I'm not saying all dual sport bikes are the same, so I don't know. I'm just, having the experiences with that dual sport bike. And these are the things that really just jump right out at me. Okay, so back to comparing here. On either bike, I never have reached the rev limiter on either bike. So I can't talk about that end of the spectrum. But both bikes felt to have, the same power and the same torque. And now you're probably saying it's your experience, is the reason. And I probably agree. This is just my opinion and, how both felt. And that's that's the way they felt to me. So back to the power. The KTM, I feel, goes up another point here because, the KTM is a 250 and the Honda is a 450. And in my opinion, they both felt exactly the same. I'm giving that bike a point. And as far as going back and telling, and saying that the takeoff, it was better on the KTM. Now, they're not exactly the same bike. Now, the 450 doesn't have that 6-speed wide range ratio in it, so I really can't give any points to the KTM over the 450. But I as far as this power, goes, I feel like, yes, I'm going to give the point to the KTM. And you're probably saying, well, it's just your experience again at it. You're probably right. I mean, if you saw one of my videos, this last video, James riding my 450, I mean, he made it look nice. So, I mean, you can take an experienced rider, put them in a, Volkswagen, and they can make that thing look like, a monster truck, you know what I mean? You go out there wanting to buy a Volkswagen, come out here on Barnwell riding. Anyway, so as you know, I'm coming from the dual sport side of things. And no, I'm not comparing all the dual sports bikes. I mean, they're not, I don't know anything about them. So, but I am comparing things from my dual sport side of things. And these items I'm listing just stand out big time to me. All right, so both bikes, in my opinion, felt exactly the same in the suspension. They felt good. I mean, really nice. Riding around on that dual sport, boy, I'll tell you what, I didn't realize the difference. Until you ride the bikes that I've ridden, you'll know what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not going to say the KTM went up another point, because Daryl did tell me that the KTM has had the suspension upgraded to tune to a $3,000 ticket worth of suspension. Now, not just recently, but in the past. So now you may say, well, the CRF deserves the point then. Well, the reason I say no points here is because the CRF is brand new, 2019. And the KTM's 2015, 5-year difference. So, I'm not going to award it. I'm not saying it, I'm going to say equal here. Now the last thing that has just jumped right out at me is that both of the bikes stall at low RPMs. So overall, I really like both bikes. I'm sure about the KTM, I mean, I'm not sure about the KTM, but I believe the fuel can be reprogrammed for the Honda 450 RX, because I called Tokyo Mods, and without telling that person on the other end of the phone anything about the bike, any of the issues that I'm having, and I just asked, what will reprogramming do for me? The person on the other end said it will correct, and goes on to mention all the problems related to stalling out that I'm having. You know, I didn't even say anything. He listed them all, pointed them all out. So, with that being said, as soon as I can, I'm having my bike reprogrammed. I do want to thank all of my riding buddies that have steered me in the right direction on things. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Go into Google and search in Mr. Ham Guts and Glory. Search Mr. Ham Geometry for my instructional videos.